Alrighty, friends. Got it a little less bright in here for you guys. Gonna take a little drink of water really quick. Alright. Find a nice snuggly spot. And we're gonna go ahead and begin our meditation for Maybon, or autumn equinox, whatever you'd like to call it. I'd encourage you to find a comfortable spot, preferably with your arms and legs uncrossed. That helps the energy to flow easier through our bodies, unobstructed. I take one more quick drink of water. Alrighty. Now that you're comfortable, allow your eyes to close, and we're going to go through a little relaxation real quick here before we begin our meditation. Let's start with some nice deep breaths in through the crown of your head, and as you exhale, push that energy all the way down through your body and out of your feet and into Mother Earth. Take another nice deep breath in through the crown of your head. And again, push it down through your chakras, down through your heart, down through your legs, down through your feet, and then to Mother Earth. Let's take a moment to kind of relax some different parts of our body. Allow yourself to kind of roll your neck a little bit. Allow the tension to come out of your neck. Feel your face begin to relax, that wrinkly part between your eyes on your forehead. Allow that just to kind of melt away. And as we like to say, allow yourself to set down those cares and concerns. Set them to the side. They will be there when your meditation is over. Allow yourself to be very present right now in this time you're taking for you as we prepare to step between the worlds. Again, allowing that relaxation again to wash down over your face, to feel your jaws unclench, feeling yourself allowing your shoulders to go down a little bit, probably not even realizing they were hunched up around your ears. Allow yourself to set down your cares and concerns of this very weird time that we're in. All of this pandemic and this COVID business, and allow yourself again to roll your neck a little bit, to let the tension out, your shoulders relax down. Feel your hands unclench. You can lay them flat on your thighs, or you can face them up in a receiving mode. Either one is fine. Feel your belly begin to relax and just find a comfortable spot. Your hips shift just a little bit in your chair. You feel your tailbone relax. Allow these places we didn't even know we were holding stress. Allow your thighs and your knees and your ankles to relax. Feel your feet go flat upon the floor. And if you've chosen a lying down position, allow yourself just to kind of sink down and feel your body become a little heavier. If you're in a chair, you might feel it in your hips. As you kind of sink down, allow your back to kind of rest into the back of your chair. Now that we're nice and relaxed, let's go ahead and begin our journey together. One more deep breath in and exhale. Begin to allow your breath to become slow and even for you. A comfortable pace, not hurried, not too short, not too long, but allow yourself to rest within your chair. Or if you're laying down, allow your body to rest. As our body is more relaxed, our thoughts begin to turn inward, and I invite you to journey with us. In your mind's eye, begin to visualize that it is a beautiful day and it is late in the afternoon. Before you is, of course, a familiar copse of trees, all in yellow and gold and red. It is familiar to you. You have been here before. And you begin to make your way down the familiar path into the opening of trees that you know lies ahead. The path is well worn and familiar. Your feet seem to know the way. And in the distance, you hear drums. They are the sound of festival drums, of tribal drums. And the closer you get, you not only notice the drums, but you hear voices. Some of them raised in song or chant. Some of them just familiar voices you hear talking and laughing up in the distance. As your feet make their familiar way down the path, over the familiar small hill in your path, near the broken branch that lays on the right side, you hear a few leaves as they crunch beneath your feet. You hear the squirrels skitter along the path. And the closer and closer you get, the activity before you becomes louder. Louder in the sense that it becomes more joyous. The closer and closer we get, we recognize more and more voices. The drums become louder, as does the laughter. And as we approach that copse of trees, that opening within the wood, we find a spot where we are asked to step over the threshold and into the opening of trees. We can see between the leaves just barely, and if we did not know it before, we would not know there was an opening here. The branches and the leaves block our path, but we see the familiar threshold on the ground. We tap it with our foot, and we say the password that is specific to us. Perhaps it is in perfect love and perfect trust. Perhaps it is love is the law, love under will. Perhaps our password is welcome home. Whatever it is, we speak it, and we tap that threshold with our foot. As we do, the branches and the trees, as if by magic, for indeed they are, separate and pull apart and make our opening for us to step into this circle of friends. As we do, immediately we recognize familiar faces. Those certain friends are always playing drums. Other people are singing and chanting. There are always those mother types that are helping set food upon the table and helping to prepare. Everywhere we look, there is either a familiar person or a person that feels familiar. This is important because some are friends we have not yet met in person. However, we may have met them in other ways. We may have met them through meditation, on the astral plane, on that wonderful thing we call social media. Regardless what it is, the people there before us are familiar. They are familiar, and our heart is happy to see them. We wander over to the table that is set with bounty of all kinds. Grapes and apples, squash and corn, and all those things of harvest are there. those things that speak specifically to us, maybe caramel covered apples, a specific soup, loaves and loaves of homemade bread or rolls. Everything that we could wish for is on this table. And as we make ourselves useful, we wander over to where those women who are those mothers, and we offer to help. They give us a job, but it is really more of an honor. We take things back and forth to the table. We help clean up and prepare. We set the feast for those who are to join us. Being of service at this time is our way of giving back. It is our way of expressing gratitude for those things that we receive each and every day. As the table becomes more full, we begin to notice that the drumming has died down. Everyone circles the table and they take hands. Taking hands around the table, we each are invited to speak of something we are grateful for, something that we have harvested personally in our lives this year. We take a quiet moment to turn within and we consider what it is we are grateful for. And we take a quiet moment to do that now. Perhaps at this time of year, we've considered more of what we have lacked than what we have gained. This is a year different from any other. We have been in pandemic. We have been in a time, and dare we say it, of crisis. We have been in a time, for some people, of lack. However, with all of these things being said, there is still so much that we have accomplished. There is still so much more we have yet to do, and yet to accomplish, and yet to be grateful for. We are more fortunate than those who have lost homes. We are more fortunate than those who have lost loved ones. We are more fortunate than those perhaps who have lost jobs or employment. However, all of that being said, we still have our family. We still have our connection to spirit. We still have the ability to be grateful. There are still things yet for us to accomplish and yet for us to do. We are reminded during this time, while we are being grateful for these gifts which we still have and the gifts that continue to come to us, we are reminded to also be of service, to be of service to those around us, whether it be in deed, as in helping someone else, or whether it just being an ear that you lend a friend who might need someone to talk to at that time. We all have things that we can give, and we all have things to be grateful for. As we've gone around the table and each person has expressed their gratitude, we notice a figure in the middle of the table who begins to lead us in a prayer of gratitude. And we listen and we lend our hearts to this energy. And the voice before us calls out, "Great creators, all that are, gods, goddesses, Lord, Lady, Mother Earth, Father Sky, all that is, beings of light. We assemble here together in gratitude for friendship, for what we have reaped this year, and we make this promise to you to be of service in another way to another, and that is our energetic exchange for what we have received. And as always, when so many in the world have so little, we are truly grateful for the blessings we receive each and every day. So mote it be. At the end of the prayer, the table erupts into laughter and claps, and everyone settles and gets their food. The food has been blessed and is shared by all. Blessed not just by the one that has said the prayer, but blessed by everyone assembled. Everyone has lended their energy to this. We notice that there is a table off to the side with a simple plate full of food and a glass with a liquid in it. And this is what we give back. We give back to the earth for which it provides. This is what has been placed here first. All of the food that we have, Mother Earth gets that first serving. And in a place of honor, the table is set up next to the fire. For even though the sun is going down, we still need that light. And as we sit together, having eaten, we watch the sun go down together, giving thanks for that liminal time, the space between the worlds, the time of harmony, of balance, of gratitude. And as the sun goes down and the fire begins to die out to a small ember, we notice that magically the food has been put away. The offering on that separate table has been set on the ground near the fire and will be left there. With gratitude in our hearts, we decide to consider what it is we will work on next, how that offering may give back to others. And after saying goodbye to all of those assembled here, we again step over that threshold and step back on the path. As we do, we hear the leaves and the branches close the opening behind us, again keeping it safe and hidden for the next time we gather together. We begin to step our way down the path. Again, even though it is dark and the moon comes up overhead, our feet know the way instinctively. We have been here so many times. The branch on the side of the path, now on our left, poses no threat. We know it is there. We step up to the small hill and down the other side, again because we know it is there. We could walk this path blindfolded. And the further and further we step away from the circle, the more and the more we feel the call back to our bodies, back into our physical form. We begin to feel the need to wiggle or move. We allow our body to stretch. We wiggle our fingers and our toes. And when we open our eyes, we are awake and refreshed, our heart full of gratitude for the bounty we have just experienced. And as always, we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. So mote it be. Well, friends, I hope you have enjoyed this short sharing of autumn equinox, or Mabon if you prefer. I hope you will join us when we come back and do this again for Samhain. That is our goal. And as always, we thank you for tuning in, for following us on Facebook, for subscribing to our newsletter at our website, for shopping in our store. As a small independent business, we cannot begin to tell you how much gratitude we hold for you for sharing us with others in your life. So again, thank you so much, friends, and we will be back soon. Samhain will be here before you know it. In the meantime, I wish you every best thing. So mote it be, and blessed be.